or there could be jobskillshare.net or even .edu. Okay, so the the root server will look into this domain or the URL, and it find out that this job skill share exists on the .org top level domain. So very carefully it will hand over to us to the org server, and it will root server will ask org server, please can you find out the job skill share exist um, in your catalog. So the org or the top level domain will search for job skill share domain name, and if it is under org top level domain, and if it finds out, it will send us to where? The sub level domain. The sub level domain is just the part of dot job skill share. Basically it is nothing but the hosting server, and many of us will be familiar what hosting server is. The hosting server is basically a machine that is sitting somewhere far away from our location or somewhere in public cloud, which is having all the information regarding job skill share. The contents, the images, the files, and everything is residing on this physical server. Okay, so that is basically the sub level domain. And the first part, because this is how we recognize this is the World Wide Web. This is a part of World Wide Web, which is also known as the leaf. So if we combine www, which is the leaf portion, with sub-level domain, that is jobskillshare, and then with top level domain, which is org, makes our URL. Okay, so at this point of time, this hosting machine would have assigned some kind of this basically this hosting machine will have this domain name, job skill share, and this job skill share domain should have kind of public IP assigned against it, which our root server is looking for. So after that, it find out the public IP for this job skill share is, let's say, is something like 161.69.51.2. So this information will send back to the org server. Org server will send back this information to the root server, and then root server will back this information to our DNS resolver or the access point. Then access point will cache this information, this public IP, and also will send this information to the PC from where you were trying to search for jobskillshare.org. Okay, so these are the steps or the process involved in finding the public IP against any domain name. If I'll show you with the help of animation, then you can understand it very well. So let's head over to the next slide. So the whole process that I was showing you earlier, this is happening here in animation form. So basically here is the client machine who is looking for what? www.jobskillshare.org, and here we have this DNS resolver who unfortunately couldn't find out the public IP against this domain name. So what will happen? It will send information to where? The root server. Okay, this is the root server dot root. Respond with referral dot to dot org, because we are looking for what? Job skill share under the sub level domain of dot org. Okay, so root will look into it and it will say, yeah, you need to go where? To the org server. So after that, so after that, uh, root server will send this query back to the DNS resolver and will ask the DNS resolver, please send this information to the org server. So here, this information is sent to the org server. Response with referral to jobskillshare.org. So this is the complete name, jobskillshare.org. So it will find out into its directory, and it find out that they do exist with jobskillshare.org DNS. Okay, but where this DNS exists, it will be exist here in this sub level domain. So information will be sent back. Oh, sorry. So after that, the .org server will send back this information to the resolver, asking him to send this information to the jobskillshare.org, the hosting server basically. Okay, so this information will be sent to the hosting server, which basically having the information about the IP address of this jobskillshare.org, which is responding with the referral IP, which is, let's say, 104.239.197.100. So it find out the public IP against this domain name. After that, after that, it will send back this information to resolver, because now the public IP against this job skill share has been resolved. Okay, now this resolver is having this information about this public IP in its cache, and it will send the information to back to the client with this information, and this client machine will also save this information into its cache. So next time, so this is the whole concept and the benefit of having DNS. After that, now this this client machine is having or have resolved the public IP against jobskillshare.org. So next time when the client or this person would want to go to this website, which is jobskillshare.org, this information will directly go to the legitimate web server, which is jobskillshare.org, instead of going to the root org. Okay, so it will skip these two parts. It will go directly to this jobskillshare org hosting server, and it will get the information whatever it is looking for. Okay, so this is the whole concept and idea behind domain name system. Okay, so with that, our session ends here, and I hope you enjoyed this session, and thank you very much for